हरे कृष्णा अरे बाप रे गिटार भी लेकर So you all can go to a bhajan called Radha Krishna Prana Mora. Just Google it. Radha Krishna Prana Mora. So there's a new bhajan we are starting. The second chapter. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Just Google Radha Krishna Pranamur. It's by Narottam Das Thakur. So you can learn this new version. Did you all find it? Yeah. There's a website called KK Songs. In that you have all the lyrics of most of the Vaishnava bhajans. Yeah. So we can click on that link and go to that Radha Krishna Prana Mora. Okay. Browse a bhajan called Radha Krishna Prana Mora. So we'll get started. सभी लोगों के पास है? Yeah. अभी बजाइए थोड़ा गिटार चलो चलो हाँ brought instruments to play चालू करें हम बजाएंगे आप वेरी गुड So Radha Krishna Pranamora. Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani are my life and soul. That's what it means, right? So please go to that bhajan, Radha Krishna Pranamora. Radha Krishna जीवन Krishna Krishna adhare tuya vibok puratam mule. Tuya vibok puratam mule. Krishna Kishore. Adi Jagsati Brinda Alta Vishakha Adi Jagsati Brinda Vibo Seva Charanaravinda Vibo Seva Charanaravinda Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Deva Abhinasha Kore Deva Abhinasha Kore Narottamada Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Paramora Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki, Narottam Das Thakur ki. This is a beautiful composition by Narottam Das Thakur, close to 500 years back. This song explains what you should do if suddenly God comes to your home. How many are prepared to invite Radha and Krishna in your home? Lift your hand. Nobody is prepared? You don't want Radha Krishna in your home? नहीं है ना? अभी थोड़ा और time लेना. Really? How many are really excited to? If you have a desire, they'll come. If you have a desire, they'll come. They're just waiting outside our door. We are the ones who are not opening it. Right? If we truly desire and open the door, they both will come inside. Right? Do you want to or no? Otherwise, I'll not explain the meaning of this. Yeah? Yes, we should. That should be the goal. Radha and Krishna should come into our home, the most beautiful couple. Right? So this beautiful song is about where Narottam Thakur is saying what he would do when the beautiful couple will enter his home. The divine couple, Shri Radha and Krishna, is my life and soul. Radha Krishna Prana Mora Jugala Kishore. In life or in death, I have no other refuge but them. Right? So that should be the consciousness. Then only they'll come. In life or in death, whatever happens in our life, whatever can happen, right? They should be in my heart. That should be the goal. Next, he says, what is he going to do as soon as they come? In a forest of small Kadamba trees on the bank of Yamuna, I will seat the divine couple on a throne made of beautiful, brilliant gems, right? Jewels. When they come, I don't think, how many of us have a jewel couch in our house? No, we have a sofa set. That's okay. Make them sit on that, right? Make them sit on that. But here is saying with Kadamba trees. How many have seen a Kadamba tree? Anybody knows what is a Kadamba tree? Kadamba flower you have seen? Anybody? It's like golf balls. Golf. It's not that. Right? Beautiful. And it'll have like it'll not have petals. It'll have like little, pokes around it. And when the smell comes out, the whole place is filled with Kadamba smell. It's only found mostly in Braj, right? And the flakes of it fly around, and then only balls will remain. Then they'll fall from the tree. They make garlands for Krishna with Kadamba trees. Okay, next what are you going to do? So first thing you will do is make God sit. Make them sit down in the house, right? You don't make them stand like Amazon delivery boy. Stand. You'll make them, please come inside, sit down. Next, what do you do? Say, I will anoint their dark and fair forms with sandalwood paste, scented with chuya, and I will fan them with chamara whisk. Oh, when will I behold their moon-like faces? Right? So what are you going to do? You're going to anoint them with sandalwood paste. Ghar mein hai sandalwood? Go buy in Vijeta. Right? Because they can come anytime. You should be ready with sandalwood paste. Right? And you should have a chamara whisk. Buy a chamara whisk, nice. Keep it in the house. And behold their moon-like faces. Radha and Krishna is so beautiful that even Cupid runs away looking at Radha and Krishna. You can't behold the beauty of the couple. Next, what does he do? After stringing together garlands of Malati flowers, I will place them around their necks. So next is garland. Right? So we should have a garden to have a garland. Unfortunately, in flats, we don't have that garden. So anyway, keep the flowers ready and be ready to make a garland whenever they come home. Next, I will offer tambula scented with camphor to their lotus mouths. Tambula, right? Yeah. So you can keep them in their mouths for nice taste. Then what are you going to do? Then you start worshipping them, but before that, you need to take permission of the great devotees. Radha and Krishna, we cannot directly worship. We can directly worship, but they deeply appreciate when we approach the gurus in between. And the greatest of the gurus are the gopis, right? Headed by Lalita and Vishaka. There are 8 principal gopis and thousands of other manjaris and gopis. So headed by Lalita and Vishaka. So here is saying, with the permission of the Sakhis headed by Lalita and Vishaka, I will serve the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. Right? So that is what you do. And finally, Narottam Thakur is saying, Narottama Dasa, the servant of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, longs for this service to the divine couple. So I want this service ever. Sri Krishna Daser Anu Dasa. So we are here to become Daser Anu Dasa, not Bossar Anu Bossa. Right? In devotional life, we want to become a servant. Who is the most advanced person in devotional life? Who is the servant of 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 the servant and servant. Dasa, 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 Dasanu Das is the one who is most Krishna's heart pleases when somebody is in that mood in devotional life. If somebody comes saying, I'm a great devotee, I know a lot of Sanskrit, I know 700 shlokas I can speak, I know Bhagavad Gita, I can tell 10 people. And Krishna will not be pleased. But Krishna will be pleased if you come there and say, I don't know anything. Still, I want to worship you. Right? I don't know Sanskrit. I don't know how I recite your verses. But still, I'm trying. Krishna, please help me. So that is the consciousness Krishna really attracts. Right? So this bhajan, Radha Krishna Pranamoga, we will recite another 2-3 times. So you all can practice. You already finished Vrindavana Ramyasthana. Right? So this is one more bhajan. We'll go forward. So we'll start with Bhagavad Gita. Om Ajnantimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurom Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahim Dadadi Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhamritamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhobhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Please repeat after me as loudly as you can. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namah Pankajanabhaya Namah Pankajamaline Namah Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangre Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishe Namaha Namo Brahmanyaya Devaya Gau Brahmana Hitaya Cha जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। नमः ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हुकुम करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्री गुरुदिनतारिणं श्री परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वर। ओम पवित्रो पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थं गतोऽपि वा यत्स्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षं साभ्याभ्यन्तरं शुचि। श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु। Hare Krishna. So we have finished the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, where primarily Arjuna is asking questions. Arjuna is putting arguments, right? So starting from here, I'll ask each one of you, what were those arguments? What were the reasons? You can give one reason, Matu. How many reasons, first of all, you give? Can't remember? Five. You don't expect. Yeah. No, I'll ask the question. Matu, 5 reasons. 5 reasons. Okay? 5 reasons. Can you tell one reason, Pooja? Srinivas.
All our friends and relatives, how we can enjoy it.
Material enjoyment. How can I enjoy it? Whom will I enjoy with? Yes. So that is one of the reasons. Yes. Matri, you? Yes. Continuation of family traditions. Yes, that was the second reason. What was the third reason, Prabhuji? Yes. Yeah.
Fearful of sinful activity.
Fear of committing sin. Yes. Very nice. Anybody else wants to watch the fourth reason? Compassion? Yes. And what is the fifth reason? Indecision. Right? He's not able to make a decision. Wonderful. Right? So 5. Remember. Anybody asked Bhagavad Gita, क्या सीख रहे हो Bhagavad Gita का? अर्जुन के 5 रीजन ये हैं. ये मैंने सीख लिया. ठीक है? 5 reasons. Yeah. So now, from verse number 2.1 to 2.10, it is further doubts by Arjuna. Basically, his doubts and surrender. That categorizes further doubts by Arjuna. You can write it down if you want. 2.1 to 2.10. Further doubts by Arjuna. Please repeat after me. Sanjay Uvacha Tam Tatha Kripayavistam Tam Tatha Kripayavistam Ashrupurna Kulekshanam Ashrupurna Kulekshanam Visidantam Idam Vakyam Visidantam Idam Vakyam Uvacha Madhusudana Uvacha Madhusudana. Yeah. Please repeat the translation and purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Yes. So Sanjaya said, one loudly, Sanjaya said, seeing Arjuna full of compassion, his mind depressed, his eyes full of tears, Madhusudana, Krishna, spoke the following words. Yeah. So I'm going to read the purport. Please focus. Material compassion, lamentation, and tears are all signs of ignorance of the real self. Compassion for the eternal soul is self-realization. You can underline the next sentence, next 4 lines. The word Madhusudana is significant in this verse. Lord Krishna killed the demon Madhu, and now Arjuna wanted Krishna to kill the demon of misunderstanding that he had overtaken him in the discharge of his duty. So whenever Arjuna is using a name of Krishna, sometimes he calls him as Mukunda, Murari, Madhusudana, right? Or Keshava. Like that he uses different, or Govinda, Krishikesha. He uses his names. There's a reason why he's using that name. Here, Sanjay is using the word Madhusudana because he has killed the demon called Madhu. Even before Brahma's creation, there was a demon called Madhu and he killed him. So that's the reason it's called Madhusudana. That's the one who killed Madhu. So here, Arjuna's doubts are also like a demon, which are not allowing him to go forward. So the word Madhusudana is being used so that he'll come and kill that demon of doubt, right? No one knows where compassion should be applied. Compassion for the dress of a drowning man is senseless. A man fallen in the ocean of nescience cannot be saved simply by rescuing his outward dress, the gross material body. One who does not know this and laments for the outward dress is called a Shudra, or one who laments unnecessarily. Arjuna was a Kshatriya, and this conduct was not expected from him. Lord Krishna, however, can dissipate the lamentation of the ignorant man. And for this purpose, the Bhagavad Gita was sung by him. You can underline this from this chapter also. This chapter instructs us in self-realization by an analytical study of the material body and the spirit soul, as explained by the Supreme Authority, Lord Sri Krishna. This realization is possible when one works without attachment to fruitive results and is situated in the fixed conception of the real self. Okay. So here, Sanjaya said, seeing Arjuna full of compassion, his mind depressed, his eyes full of tears, Madhusudana, Krishna, spoke the following words. So, Prabhupada is explaining here that what we should be really compassionate for. Yes, we should be compassionate for the body also, because body also is important. It's a vehicle. But body is not what we are. We are not this body. Congratulations. If you still have any, inhibitions or you don't like your body, you don't have to like your body. Because the body is not you. Body cannot be you. Body is deteriorating day by day. A lot of people today are so much affected by body. Little bodily problem. I was recently hearing from my Shiksha Yugal Kishore Prabhu saying there was one model, or a tennis player or somebody in US, and she was very beautiful, extremely beautiful. And she would, apply some medicines on her face so wrinkle doesn't come. And she was worried about wrinkles. If wrinkle comes, how can I, show my fans, how beautiful I am, something like that, right? And she was going on applying medicines, and she was doing surgeries in the background. So many things she was doing, but wrinkle had to come. You can't keep a wrinkle away, right? Wrinkle will come. And as soon as it came, she did not come out in public for months together, and finally she committed suicide. Can you imagine what people can go to if a wrinkle comes, right? And don't think that, I'm talking about a person who doesn't exist here today, in this class also. There might be somebody sitting here very, very proud of her body or her face or her nose or her eyes, right? All these are going to go away. All this, right? Whatever beauty that we carry, as a young people, some of you are in 20s, some of you are in 30s. I'm in my 40s. I'm 46 years old, right? When I look back at my picture, we all feel, I was better then, right? As if I'm not better now, or I'll not be better. There's no meaning to that, because that's not in your hands. You can't do anything. Safed bal aane hain. Aana pakka. Aajkal to bahut jaldi aa raha hai. People are getting white hair, by the time they're in 20s. What to speak of 30s and 40s? And this is exactly happening as it is mentioned in the scriptures. Scriptures are telling that, we are deteriorating day by day, day by day, day by day. How prevalent is young death these days? People are dying very young. My god sister, I'll just share 2 minutes. Her name is Barsana Mataji. Her initiated name is Barsana Mati. And, her husband, Chalapati Prabhu, his initiated name is Chakradhar Govind. I think I'm forgetting his initiated name. So they both live in a villa here, very close to Gachibowli. Their son is a doctor. They both are doctors. They both themselves are doctors. The son is a very prominent doctor in US. And, so if we are talking about a flat, I live in, you live in, or anybody lives in this flat, it is 1 crore, 2 crore. Their villa is 20 crores, if you have to count that way, right? They have all the opulence in the world, all the opulence in the world. But, and I had spoken to her like 2 weeks back. I still remember meeting her and her husband, very nice, gentleman couple, right? She got vomitings after she attended marriage. My godbrother's daughter's marriage recently, she got vomitings. Vomitings can happen to anyone. Then the vomitings were not stopping. And then motions, okay, maybe dehydration, something. Then what else is going? So she went outside, again, she's getting dizziness. Her husband told, we should go to a doctor. We are doctors, and we are not going to a doctor. What does it mean? We should go. With great hesitations, they took her. She was busy distributing books, Bhagavad Gita this month. Her target, she had in mind, I want to distribute this much, I want to do the very, very into service, right? And they went to doctor, and doctor told there's something wrong. You get an MRI scan done. They got a scan done. She's in the 5th stage of cancer. 5th stage of cancer, done. Her entire stomach is gone. All her intestines are gone. Cancer has eaten away everything. So practically, if you drink water, God knows where the water will go, because you need a stomach for that. You need an intestine for that. They did a surgery. They told you are in the 5th stage of cancer. We can send you for chemotherapy and whatever radiation, and it's up to you. How she said, Krishna is calling me. I'm not going anywhere. Right? She just took a call, and now she's in the hospice. There is a hospice in Nanakramguda, Sparsh Hospice. I don't know if you've seen that, near to Oak Ridge School. Yeah. So she's in the hospice, and for the last 8 days, no, last 12 days, she has not eaten anything. Nothing she has eaten, nothing she has done. Just where will the food go? And she's just waiting to die. And she has a big smile on her face. And so once in a while, I'm doing a kirtan. She likes Vrindavan Ramesthan. So Lilananda, Prabhu, please come sing that kirtan for me. So we are going one by one couple. We are going in our satsang. Every 1 hour, one couple is going doing kirtan. She's enjoying kirtans. She has not cried so far. She is just happy. Her husband is, of course, he is crying because he's going to lose her. And her son came from US. They are all there. But it's like the entire hospital has become like a kirtan mela, right? Doctors are amazed, and doctors are asking, "Who is this lady? She's a very famous person. So many people are coming. Whole Hyderabad, at least 1,000 devotees would have come so far, and they are doing kirtan, and she's nicely enjoying kirtan." And one day, one person went and asked one devotee, "Mataji, whose kirtan do you like?" And she told, "Prabhu, like Sri Ram Prabhu's kirtan." Like that she told, right? Shivaram Prabhu. There is one very nice brahmachari, Shivaram Prabhu. He does wonderful kirtans on harmonium and very nice, melodious in Bombay. He stays in Bombay. I like Shivaram Prabhu's kirtan. Immediately they called Shivaram Prabhu. Shivaram Prabhu took a flight from there. He doesn't even know her. He just came 2 days. And then we also spent some Sudeva. This is love between devotees, right? And why we are doing that kirtan for her? And we are reading Bhagavad Gita. She's like, I want to hear that chapter. I want to hear this Bhagavatam chapter, right? She's a very well educated lady. She must be like 5'10", very tall, very good looking, in a way, if you look at it. But she has forgotten her body now. My body is useless, right? I'm ready to go. And she's so totally detached. She's not attached to her son, her husband, her children, her grandchildren, nothing. She's only attached to Krishna. What is the art of living? There should be art of dying. Right? We should know the art of dying. How do you your body? How do you go back to Krishna? That can only happen. She's not scared. Not a single tinge of fear. Neha Vikramanasosti Pratyavayana Vidyate Swal. I say, Trayato Mahato Bhayat. If you perform Krishna consciousness in your life, learn Bhagavad Gita in your life, you will not be fearful at the time of death. Because you know where you are going. You exactly know whom you are going to meet. When the breath stops, everything will stop, heart will stop, brain will stop. You should have. And that confidence doesn't come by whimsically enacting like somebody. We should practice it throughout our life by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We should have that faith. We should have that faith, developing the faith. The whole satsang is for what? To develop the faith that God exists. God is not an illusion. He's not a name. He's not a whimsical character created. He's very much here. This person who has spoken Bhagavad Gita is right here. He's still ready to answer our questions. And for him, the topmost priority is us. He doesn't have any other priority. God doesn't want to do creation. God doesn't want to do annihilation. God doesn't want to maintain anybody. He just wants us back. He just wants us back. He's waiting for us, right? So we should realize that, and we should lead a life in which we practice Bhagavad Gita. And practicing Bhagavad Gita starts with Aham Brahmasmi. Vyasdev started Vedanta Sutra. Aham Brahmasmi, meaning I am the Brahman. I am not the body. I am the soul. I'm not the body. I'm the soul. I'm not the body. When you are convinced on this, you will never be scared. You'll never be scared. Nainam Chandati Shastrani, Nainam Davati Pavakaha, Nachainam Kledayanti Apo, Na Shoshayati Maruta. Krishna says that you cannot be cut by wind, you cannot be withered by wind, you cannot be moistened by water, you cannot be burnt by fire, you cannot be broken by anybody, you cannot be killed at all. Come on, is that a good news or no? It's good news. You don't die. We never died. We never died. There is nothing called death. Death happens only to body. Body is the one that is dying. We are not dying, right? We are just changing bodies. So Bhagavad Gita second chapter is analytical study of the soul. See, the beauty of answering is sometimes you don't have to answer to the questions. You have to answer to the root cause of the questions. Right? A lot of times, we children come and they ask, what is the main reason he's asking so many things? We don't think about that. We just buy the toy and Lily. That's what people do these days. Whatever the child asks, we'll be happy. But why is he asking all those things? He's asking those many things because he's missing you. As simple as that. If parent is spending time with the child, why does the child need a toy? The child needs an automatic toy which kind of talks to him. Cap. It is auto-telling because cap, you are not telling. You're not there for the child. That is the reason he wants a toy like you, right? Or a gadget like you. Or, like me and my sons, every night we read a book. We're reading a book. So 20 minutes we read the book. That's the best time we have together. Because I read something, I ask, what do you think? What do you think? So they tell something and I tell something. We have an argument. Then we have this, we have that, and then we sleep. And that is the best time. That is much better than any screen. That's much better than any YouTube short videos. That's better than any nonsense you can find in the net, right? Is satsang good? Yeah, we are actually thinking. We are allowing our eyes to function. We are not looking at screen, right? We are allowing our consciousness to evolve. We are allowing our intelligence to blossom, isn't it? We are becoming a better person. We are getting the courage to say no to what is not needed. But that's what satsang does. What satsang does? We will one day come to a point where we'll say, nahi, ye galat hai. अभी बोल नहीं पा रहे, अभी बोलने में धैर्य नहीं है. We are thinking whether or not to tell. Oh, I think it's too difficult for me to tell. But a day will come, you'll become so courageous and say no. 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 Yes, yes. Right? So that's what satsang does. And that's exactly what Arjuna is going to do now. Yes means yes. I'm going to do war now, but I'll do for a right reason. Right? Now let us read the second verse of the second chapter, which is the first time Krishna is speaking. So this is like the verse, right? But there is one thing about it. Acharyas have told first verse of instruction is 2.11, right? But 2.2 is also prominent because Krishna starts to speak. Actually, once more also he spoke in first chapter. It was like he brought him in between the battlefield and said, okay, I brought you now to see what you want to see. But they're not really speaking, it's like, you are here. But now he's actually speaking. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Kutastva Kasmalam Idam. Kutastva Kasmalam Idam. Vishame Samupastitam. Vishame Samupastitam. Anaryajusvargyam Akirti Karamarjuna. Akirti Karamarjuna. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Please repeat after me. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, how have these impurities come upon you? They are not at all befitting a man who knows the value of life, planets, but to infamy. Hare Krishna. Right? Now here, I'm going to read the purport. It's a long purport. But I want you to focus as I read it through, because this is the heart of an Acharya. As soon as Krishna starts speaking, an Acharya Prabhupada is in ecstasy. My God is speaking. Like sometimes, when your small child starts speaking, you call 10 people and tell, because you love your child. In the same way, when Acharya is in love with Krishna, and as soon as Krishna starts speaking in 2.2, he wrote a big purport, right? Because it's complete ecstasy coming out of it. He wrote the entire Bhagavad Gita in this purport. He wrote the entire Bhagavatam in the second verse purport, right? So please focus. I'm going to read through and then we'll discuss. So please focus. Krishna and the Supreme Personality of Godhead are identical. Therefore, Krishna is referred to as Bhagavan throughout the Gita. Bhagavan is the ultimate in the absolute truth. The absolute truth is realized in three phases of understanding, namely Brahman, or the impersonal, all-pervasive spirit, Paramatma, or the localized aspect of the Supreme, within the heart of all living entity, Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 1-11, this conception of absolute truth is explained thus. Vadanti tat tattvavidas tattvam yajnam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagwan iti sapyate. The absolute truth is realized in three phases of understanding by the knower of the absolute truth, and all of them are identical. Such phases of absolute truth are expressed as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. I'll just stop here. Maybe I'll explain a little and go forward. It's difficult to come back and so. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Vyasdev, when Sanjay speaks, what does he say? Sanjay Vacha. When Arjuna speaks, Arjuna Vacha. Right? When anybody else he will address in Srimad Bhagavatam, he addresses Lord Shiva as Shiva Vacha, right? Or Sudeva Vacha, Kashyapa Vacha, right? Or Brahma Vacha. Krishna, as soon as Lord Narayan speaks, he doesn't say Narayana Vacha, he says Bhagavan Vacha, right? There is a difference, right? There is a difference. Bhagavan means the one who is all opulent in all the 6 categories. What are the 6 categories? He's the most beautiful, he's the most strongest, he's the most knowledgeable, right? He is the most wealthy, most famous, and the most renowned. Right? So when all these 6 opulence are there in someone, person you can call as Bhagavan. You cannot call Bhagavan name for anybody. Somebody can have his name, Bhagavan Mishra or Bhagavan Rao. Can keep, that's okay. But Bhagavan means the one who has all the 6 opulences. And he is a person. Bhagavan is not a tubelite or energy. You know, God is everywhere. He doesn't have a form. No, he's a person. Exactly like all of us, but not exactly like all of us. We have a temporary body. His body is permanent, right? If you go to the SSR session 10, you'll be eventually, I think we've reached session 8 right now, right, as assignment. Keep going and finish the SSR session 10. It's almost 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. 6 hours. We are only discussing how to prove who is God, right? Through scriptures, not according to what you think, right? According to some people, Tendulkar is God. Some people, somebody else is God. No. We don't need to know what you think as God. We need to know what God is telling and where He is telling that is God. Nowhere in the entire literature of Vedas, which is endless, which is exhaustive, Upanishads, Itihasas, Puranas, Samhitas, nobody has declared that is God. Nobody can dare to declare that is God. Somebody might tell that, oh, you are like God. Then you might say, okay, I'll just keep quiet. Or you have godly qualities. But He Himself saying that I am God is only done by Krishna. Nobody else. Aham sarvasva prabho matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhujante mam buddha bhava samarpitaha. Nobody else has told. For that matter, any literature on the planet, nobody has declared that He is God. Nobody. Jesus never told He is God. He never told He is God. They named Him as Jehovah, Krishna, Allah, Krishna. Then Muhammad never told He is God. They're all messengers, right? If you read even Guru Granth Sahib, Krishna, right? Eko Bhagavan, Krishna. Everywhere it's mentioned. Different names you can approach Him. Different names you can understand Him, right? But there is nobody higher, greater than Krishna. The buck stops there, right? What is it? Prakriti, Suyase Charachar Devi Shakti. Prakriti is following my order. He's saying, Maya Adhyakshena Prakriti. I am telling her what to do. So if somebody is worshipping Durga, somebody worshipping Parvati, you are directly worshipping Krishna only. Because who is she worshipping? Krishna. Right? Whole cosmic manifestation, everywhere Krishna is being worshipped. This is Vedic knowledge. Right? Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvaiti samahatma sudurlabhaha. Now please understand this verse. Bahunam janmanam ante. How rare it is to worship Krishna. Bahunam janmanam ante. After many births, one person comes to inquisitiveness for self-realization. He starts thinking, who am I? What's going on? Why am I becoming old? Why my skin color is changing? Why I'm getting diseases? How come people are dying around me? Right? Buddha. That's what Buddha thought, right? Buddha means the one who is awakened. The meaning of the word Buddha means the one who is awakened, the one who got up from sleep. Right? Very rarely some people will think about this. If somebody is jogging on the floor, just go and stop him and say, "Hello, good morning. Yes, what do you want? Sir, why did you take birth? What are you speaking nonsense? He'll run up. Keep running. You don't know why he has taken birth, he doesn't know. And it will not click to him also. No matter what you try, it will not click to him. Stand near the Gachivali Wipro circle. One car will come, MG. Go to that knock that door. If he opens, ask him, what is the goal of your life? He'll say, my goal of life is it should become green, I should go. That's all. That's the maximum goal you can think of. What is the next goal of life? My access card should work in the office. If it is not working means I'm sacked. What is the next goal of life? Whatever meeting is there, I should have prepared that report. What is the next goal of life? Lunchtime. What is the next goal of life? Weekend. Huh? What is the next goal of life? 31st of the month? Ting! Salary credited. Right? वो नहीं आया तो डिप्रेशन इमीडिएटली तेरे को आएगा मेरे को क्यों नहीं आया गोल ऑफ लाइफ आहार भयचनम सामान्य पशुविर्नराणम धर्मे एकोदको विशेषो धर्मेण पशु समाः leading a life like an animal, right? Donkey Reddy, donkey Rao, donkey Singh, donkey any other last names? Mishra, donkey Kurana, donkey कुछ और है बता दो. We're donkeys. We don't know why you've taken birth. Donkey doesn't know. Donkeys all the time, what is it busy with? Finding food. Finding food, right? Once one donkey was standing and eating food on the paper or whatever it was eating. Everybody were shouting, hey, like that. The donkey said, hey, see, look, people are looking at me. It was not seeing behind a train is coming. They are shouting at donkey, Baju, what was a gadhe? What was a picture से train आ रहा है. But what is Gada thinking? See how people are looking at me? That is it. Right? Nobody wants to think. Nobody wants to think why they have taken birth. That question is not troubling anybody. But it should trouble. It should trouble. Bahunam janmanamante. After many births, that question will come. Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan mam prapadete. And among so many people who get that question, some people will make an effort to get the knowledge. Jnanavan mam prapadete. Not everybody will go for knowledge. A lot of people get that question. What they do? They say, I will seek that knowledge. I will seeking. I don't know what seek he'll do, where he'll do. He'll go around. Some people leave the house and go to Himalayas. Some people will, go and sit in the hall. I'm not speaking to anyone. I'm thinking now. Some people apply leave, go to Goa. Right? Thinking, why did I take birth? Right? But they will not find out anything. Then some people start analyzing. I think this is what is God. I think. Nothing will come out. If somebody will go and tell them, you don't have to think. Knowledge is already there. No, I don't believe that. I should think. Anumana Praman. Right? They want to think. They'll not go anywhere. They'll die, take birth, and again think. Right? They're called Gyanis. But anyway, Jnanavan Mam Prapadate. Vasudeva Sarvaiti. Samahatma Krishna is saying, Vasudeva Sarvaiti Samahatma Sudurlabha. Among few of them awaken and say that I want to know who I am. Among those, very rare, among billions of those, one person will go towards knowledge. Some people go towards knowledge, and that to authentic knowledge. Not like anybody speaking anything, you go and listen. No, authentic knowledge. Very rare. And among the people who have gone to authentic knowledge, that is Vedas. Vedas is everything. Veda means to know. right? You can even read Bible or Quran. That's part of Vedas. It's Veda. To know. You want to understand, read. You figure it out. You have to understand from a right source, from a right procedure, learn it. Right? And then you'll then come to the right conclusion. Right? You can't read half of it and say I've understood it. Right? Okay, I've come there. Then next what? Among such people now, we have reduced 1 crore or maybe 100 crores to 10 people. Right? Among such people, Vasudeva Sarvaiti Samatma Sudurlava. The one who finally concludes that Vasudeva is the supreme is very rare. Very, very rare. So to understand Bhagavad Gita, you need to understand who is Krishna. Krishna is God. Krishna is the supreme Lord. Supreme. There is nobody above him. Right? To understand that, you will take so many lives. And then you will understand Bhagavad Gita. You might be thinking, Prabhu, then am I really understanding? Yes, you will understand because and you're holding the right book. Ramacharya, Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya. Right? We are at the right place. We are so rare. This is very rare. Right? We are completely depending on the knowledge passed on by the Acharyas. And the conclusion is perfect. That Krishna, the speaker of Bhagavad Gita, is the supreme person. Nothing less. Right? So he can be understood in 3 ways. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaneti Sabhyate. Brahman means his energy. God's effulgence is beautiful. The whole sky, the whole glowing universe is effulgence. Brahman. Inside Brahman are all the elements, all the 24 elements are there within the Brahman. Right? All the creation happens through Brahman. But is that God? It's part of God. It's an effulgence of God. Right? Brahmeti. Second is Paramatmeti. Second, people realize, yogis, they realize that Krishna is within me. When they meditate and focus on the God within them, they realize Paramatma. Is that God? That means there are so many gods. There is God in Mataji, Prabhuji, child's heart, everywhere God is there. That is also an expansion of God. Still not God. Expansion of God. He is also God at the same time. God is different. Then Bhagavan eti sabhyate. Bhagavan is the highest realization. That he is a separate person. He is a person. He can expand the Brahman. He can become localized as Paramatma, but he remains he. He remains he. He has an interest. He doesn't like some things. He likes some things. He likes to speak just like all of us. We have interests. We have perspectives. Right? We have conclusions. God also has conclusions and interests. But a lot of people refuse to accept God as a person because the moment you accept him as a person, then you have to impress that person. If you accept him as energy, you don't have to impress energy, isn't it? You have to, dealing with person is difficult, a little difficult, because person will tell, I like this, I don't like this. Then you have to follow. If you don't follow, God will not like you. But the concept of God not liking you is not something that we like. Right? That is the reason we reject him as a person. But that's not the case. He likes you unconditionally, but he will like you more when you follow what he says. God will always like us. There's no doubt about it. But when you follow what he says, he'll like you more. But he also likes when you do some things. He also dislikes when you do some things. So God is a person. When Prabhupada or Acharya, he had to define supreme God. See the beautiful sentence he created. The supreme personality of God head. Especially for Indians, he created this. Especially for Indians, where we are completely confused who is God. Completely perplexed, actually, who is God. Right? So he said, God head. He is the God of all the gods ka head. Number one. Then he said he's a personality. He's not an energy. He's a personality. He's a person. And by the way, he's a supreme. Whenever God had to be mentioned by Prabhupada, he would say the supreme personality of God, head. Khatam. All doubts clear in one sentence. And he'll make us repeat it so many times. The supreme personality of God, head. Let's go further. These three divine aspects is what? Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. These three divine aspects can be explained example of the sun, which also has that. One who studies the sunshine only is a preliminary student. One who understands the sun's surface is further advanced, and one who can enter into the sun planet is the highest. Are you all understanding? Yeah. If you Is there a difference between sun rays and sun? Yes and no, both. Sun rays is part of sun only, but sun rays are different from sun, right? Sun. What is sun? A ball of fire for some people, but people who are living on sun planet, it's a great heavenly planet. It's a great heavenly planet. We think that it is fire. There are people who can live in fire also, right? It's recently proved scientifically that there are living entities inside fire. Fire doesn't burn and kill everything. There are people who live inside fire also, right? So there is a planet. Our Vedas are already telling there's a planet, the heavenly planet. You can't, in this body, you can't go in that planet. But there is a body to go in that planet also. When you get that body, you can go into that also, right? Yeah. And one who can enter into the sun planet is the highest. Ordinary students who are satisfied by simply understanding the sunshine, its universal pervasiveness, and the glaring effulgence of its impersonal nature, may be compared to those who can realize only the Brahman feature of the absolute truth. The student who has advanced still further can know the sun disk, who is compared to the knowledge of the Paramatma feature of the absolute truth. And the student who can enter into the heart of the sun planet is compared to those who realize the personal features of the supreme absolute truth. Therefore, the bhaktas or the transcendentalists who have realized the Bhagavan feature of the absolute truth are the topmost transcendentalists. Although all students who are engaged, the sunshine, the sun disk, and the inner affairs of the sun planet cannot be separated from one another. And yet, the students of the three different phases are not in the same category. Right? So there are different stages of God realization. Many people tell that God is an energy, God is Brahman, and I'll merge into the Brahman. You will merge into God. No, you can never merge into God. You can never, that's the illusion. But some people want to. Why do you want to merge into what? You want to become God. Right? But God is God, we are always eternally servants. You should understand that. There is no concept called we merging in God. Yeah, we can go into Brahman, but again we'll come back. Ultimately, we have to become servants of God. We can never become God. Though we are coming from God, we can never become God. Right? Some people, they say, I'll become God. So there is a lot of philosophy. Actually, today in Kali Yuga, 90% people think that they'll become God. After. Anybody here who wants to become God or becoming God? In the process of becoming God? Yeah? If husbands have that doubt, ask your wife. Right? Yeah, it's a very big responsibility to be God. Ban sakte ho kya? If somebody wants to become God, go lift a Govardhan hill. Right? If somebody wants to become God, get married to 16,108 Matajis. And keep all of them happy. Are utna kya? Prabhupada told, if you want to prove that you're God, stop your hair fall. Why you want to do all the gimmicks? Stop your hair fall. One fellow was there, he was being called Bhagwan everywhere. His hair was going everywhere. He was becoming old. Still Bhagwan. One day he died in a bathroom. Right? Slipped and died in a bathroom. Bhagwan. What Bhagwan are you talking about? Right? Bhagwan means the one who is always Nava Yavanam Cha. Always that 16-year-old boy, cute, beautiful. They will always remain like that. They were like that forever and they'll remain like that forever. Right? Krishna, when he was 125 years old, was so beautiful that his grandchildren used to be jealous of him. Pradyumna, Aniruddha, their children are like, Are, he is still so beautiful. Right? Because there is nothing called old age for God. There is nothing called age for God. Right? He is young, he is in youth, he is everything. The Sanskrit word Bhagavan is explained by the great authority Parasara Muni, the father of Vyasadeva. The Supreme Personality who possesses all riches, all strength, all fame, all beauty, all knowledge, and all renunciation is called Bhagavan. Only then you are Bhagavan. There are many learned and very much detached, but no one can claim that all riches, all strength, etc. Entirely. Only Krishna can claim this because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. No living entity, including Brahma or Nala, as Krishna. Therefore, it is concluded in the Brahma Samhita by Lord Brahma himself that Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. No one is equal or above him. He is the primeval Lord or Bhagavan, known as Govinda, and he is the supreme cause of all causes. Who is telling this? Lord Brahma is telling in Brahma Samhita. Please repeat after me this verse. Ishvaraha Paramah Krishna. Ishvaraha Paramah Krishna. Satchitananda Vigraha. Satchitananda Vigraha. Adiradir Govinda. Sarvakarana Karanam. Sarvakarana Karanam. There are many personalities possessing the qualities of Bhagavan, but Krishna is the supreme because no one can excel him. He is the supreme person and his body is eternal, full knowledge and bliss. He is the primeval Lord Govinda and the cause of all causes. Brahma Samhita 5.1. Right? In the Bhagavatam also, there is a list of many incarnations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but Krishna is described as the original personality of Godhead from whom many incarnations personality of Godhead expand. This is a Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, third chapter, 20th verse. This also you can repeat. Ete cham sakalapum Ete cham sakala pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridayanti Yuge Yuge Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. Please repeat the translation also after me. All the lists of the incarnations of Godhead submitted herewith are either plenary expansions or parts of the plenary expansions of the Supreme Godhead. But Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Who is telling this? Lilananda is not telling this. What is your name again? Huh? Anila. Anila Mataji is not telling this. Vamsi Prabhu is not telling this. Some guru is not telling this. Who is telling this? Vyasa. Veda Vyasa. You cannot go against the authority of Vyasa. If Vyasa is telling, buck stops there. Finish. He is Shakti of God himself. And he is telling Krishnastu Bhagavan's way. What is the meaning of this? He's saying there are so many incarnations. So many incarnations of God. They're all plenary expansions, parts of plenary expansions, direct expansions, indirect expansions, Shakti Avesha incarnations. If you read this chapter 3.28, you'll read like so many incarnations of God. We only know Dasha Avatar. That's only 10 avatars. There's nothing in front of how many incarnations God has. Right? But incarnation is different and the source of the incarnation is different. Avatar is different, avatari is different. Avatar is different, avatari. Avatari means the one who is the source of all avatars is Krishna. And he is enjoying in the Goloka. Goloka Vrindavan. He is there enjoying nicely with gopis and gopas and cows and calves and mother and father, and he created whatever he wants. And Radharani. Right? He is Madana Mohana Mohini. She attracts even Krishna. All the cupids are attracted to Krishna, and Krishna is attracted to Radharani. So actually, who is God then? Radha or Krishna? Radharani. Right? Then Radharani, who is she? She is part of Krishna. It's not like she is different from Krishna. Entire love of Krishna takes the form of we are two different souls. Me and the Prabhuji are two different souls. But Radha Krishna not two souls. They are one soul. They are one soul in two bodies. You cannot equate why did Krishna not marry Radha? What is Radha? What is Krishna? What is going on? Arey Baba, they are one. You cannot, you know. Yeah. So we should understand who is declaring what. If somebody says, how can you say Krishna is God? I'm not saying that, Baba. Vyasdev is saying. I'll tell the verse number also. 1.3.28 or 10.11 in Bhagavad Gita. Or this, or this, or that. So many places I can tell why Krishna is God. I'm proving it through scripture. You have anything to prove, sir? Can you bring your scripture? नहीं मेरे को walking पे जाना जाओ फिर. You want to discuss about God? Better discuss with scripture. बिना scripture के बात नहीं करना. I don't want to know what you think as God. I don't want to know how many places you are seeing somebody in the picture. I can see him in the garden. I can see him. ऐसा सभी लोगों को कभी हुआ जिंदगी में? You can see the girl in balcony. You can see the girl in garden. You can see the girl in dreams. Does it mean she is God? Huh? And then you get married to her. And then she becomes wife. After 10 years, you can see her in the balcony. You can see her everywhere. In a different emotion though. Infatuation is not realization. Infatuation is what you want to see, what you like to see, you see everywhere. But God is God. Whether or not you see Him everywhere, He is God. Right? Therefore, Krishna is the original, supreme person. Absolute source of both and the impersonal Brahman. Now, Aryans कौन है? German people again. Aryans are who? Europeans? Who are Aryans? People who had Vedic knowledge are called Aryans. Simple, right? So the people who wanted to convert, Sanatan Dharmis into other religions, what is the philosophy they brought? That Aryan invasion happened. हम सभी लोग यहाँ पागल थे, वहां से ज्ञानी आए, हम पागलों को अच्छा बनाए. Right? How many of you really believe this? If they don't have any proof for it. Aryan invasion is the biggest bogus theory in all our textbooks. We all got marks also, writing that answer that we were taught by Aryans, and Aryans came from Europe, and they made Indians into Bharatvarsha people, into intelligent people, as if there was no intelligence here. Now we should go and ask them, how come you are saving all our Vedas? Vedas are there in Germany today. What was Columbus searching for? India. As soon as he saw the land, he called it as India. He looked. When he entered North America, he said, "We have entered India." He was at a juncture when the people on the ship told him, "If tomorrow morning we don't see land, you are done." Because we are going around in the sea, we can't see anything. Knowledgeable people say, but the greatest culture resides where all the spiritual answers are given. The greatest people have ever appeared there. You have told about all these things and you are taking us in the sea. We don't know where we are going. If tomorrow morning we don't see the land, we'll kill you and throw in the sea and we'll go back from where we came. And what did Columbus do? As soon as they touched the land, he did not want to take a chance. We've reached India. Haribol, India. Didn't tell Haribol. We told we have reached India. And that's the reason the moment people came, he said, there comes Indians. And that's why they're called Red Indians. Even now they call Red Indians. Who called the naam? Columbus gave that name. Why? Because they were desperate to prove that they've come to India. Later on, they told, maybe it's not India. Maybe we reached some other place. Why was he searching for India? Pagal ho gaya tha wo. Why was he searching for India? Because this is the greatest place ever. Bharat Varsha. From here, the whole planet was ruled. What was the name I forgot. Before Bharat Varsha, it was called Aila Varsha. Something like that. Aila Varsha. And after Bharat Maharaj came, it became Bharat Varsha. And the whole planet was called Bharat Varsha. Right? The proof of existence of Sanatan Dharma, the proof of existence of so many kings, Parshuram walking around the planet is there. It's being hidden from all of us. Our educational textbooks, our YouTube, our Orkut, our Instagram is only showing what we need to see. They're not showing what we should see. Right? There are so many proofs. I have a book called Parshuram's Journey Throughout the Globe. So many proofs are there. Parshuram's, that axe and what all it did across the world. It's there. There's so many proofs are there, but they'll not speak about it. Because if they speak about it, the truth will come out. Right? We are so unfortunate. Indians are so fortunate, and yet they are so unfortunate. Why they are unfortunate? Because they don't know how fortunate they are. That's why they are so unfortunate. We don't know how fortunate we are to take birth here. The right place, where the knowledge is ever been coming. The greatest of the sages, right? The greatest, humanitarian work, so to call. Everything happens here. The word Aryan is applicable to persons who know the value of life and have a civilization based on spiritual realization. Persons who are led by the material conception of life do not know the aim of the life is self-realization of absolute truth, Vishnu or Bhagavan, and they are captivated by external features of the material world, and therefore they do not know what liberation is. Persons who have no knowledge of liberation from material bondage are called non-Aryans. So who are non-Aryans and Aryans? Aryans means the people who know the purpose of life. Non-Aryans means the people who don't know the purpose of life. Aryan means the most intelligent people. Simple. It's not like from some country they came. There can be Aryans in America also. There can be Aryans in India also. Although Arjuna was a Kshatriya, he was deviating from prescribed duties by declining to fight. The act of cowardice is described as befitting the non-Aryans. Such deviation from duty does not help one in the progress of spiritual life, nor does it give one, right? So here, if you see the beauty of the purport, Prabhupada spent 90% of the purport not talking about the translation. Only the last few words he spoke about translation. So what is the translation? My dear Arjuna, how these impurities have come upon you, they are not befitting a man who knows the value of life. They lead not to higher planets but to infamy. This is what Krishna told. And what did Prabhupada tell? Who is Krishna? He was so much in love with Krishna. As soon as Krishna's name came in Bhagavad Gita, he just told everything about him, right? In summary. And at the end, he also explained. That is the love of Acharya, as I said. So just imagine, this is a comment being made. Just imagine if your boss tells you this comment. Just close your eyes. Imagine your boss. Huh? Just close your eyes 1 minute. Just all of you, close your eyes. Imagine your boss, whoever it is, and hear my words. How these impurities have come upon you. They're not befitting a man who knows value of life. They lead not to higher planets but to infamy. Right? It's not insulting anyone. Again, how these impurities have come upon you. You'll tolerate such a boss? Tell me. Huh? No, right? Let us see what Krishna is a tough boss. Kaivalyama samagama partha naitattvai उपपद्यते क्षुद्रं हृदय दौर्बल्यं त्यक्त्वोस्थित परन्तप. Yes, translation. O son of Pratha, do not yield to this degrading impotence. It does not become you. Give up such petty weakness of heart and arise, O chastiser of enemy. Yeah. So see how is it taunt? I mean, like people talk about trolling, or people talk about abusing. And look at this. He's saying how this degrading impotence has come inside you. Who is he talking to? Not Lilananda. He's talking to Arjuna. Right? He's saying it does not become you. Give up such petty weakness of heart and rise, O chastiser of enemy. You are such a great person who can handle such big things. What are you speaking? Impotent fellow. Can you take that thing? If somebody tells you on the way back, when you're going to your house, weak at heart. What does it tell? Huh? Impurity. How impurities have come upon you. You're not thinking right. I'm telling all this for a reason. That is called a guru. A guru doesn't mean he'll keep praising you all the time. Right? Guru means he will chastise you when the right time comes. Whoever you are. He might be Arjuna. The great Arjuna who fought the battles in other planets. The great Arjuna who almost defeated Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva said, nobody can defeat Lord Shiva. But Lord Shiva gave that opportunity and then he said, okay, you won. Tell me what do you want now? Pashupatastra, take it. Right? The great Arjuna who could defeat the entire Kurusena, in the Virata Yuddha. He was not an ordinary person. And he was trained in so many universities. Supreme Jnani. There is nobody on the face of the planet today who can match with Arjuna. Nobody. No guru. No guru can match with the knowledge of Arjuna. What day at that particular point of time, and the great war aspect for the war to happen, and he is being told as what? Impotent fellow. What happened to your brain? All impurities have come inside you. Not ordinary. And what is Krishna's role right now? Charity. Can you imagine your driver telling all this to you? What impurities have come in? What you done? Move band karke chala. Just imagine Krishna's, love for Krishna, love for Arjuna. When you love somebody, you're speaking like a person who doesn't know anything. You're an Aryan. You already know the purpose of life. What nonsense are you talking about? Huh? Committing sinful activities, compassion, material enjoyment nahi rahega, father lineage. What nonsense are you talking about? Directly is rejecting all the five reasons. Yeah. And Shudra. Shudra means a person who laments for a problem that you shouldn't lament for. It's called a Shudra. Right? They lament for everything. Shudras means the people who always lament. Have you seen such friends? Telugulo maatantaru. Eduglattodu antaru. You heard that word anytime? लेते हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं? जो आदमी हमेशा रो देता है हर चीज के लिए वो जब खुश होना. I used to have a friend. I'll tell his name. His name is Kalyan Chakravarti. He might hear my lecture and taunt me later. We used to do CA together, right? In PwC, we used to do CA together, and he passed his CA. We all friends went to the CA institute. In those days, it was so difficult to pass CA, like impossible, right? I failed that time, and that fellow passed. I was like, "Itna pada, फिर भी fail हो गया." He's coming out like this. अरे कल्याण क्या हो गया, अरे क्या हुआ रे, रैंक नहीं, I felt like taking चप्पल and beating that fellow. अरे पागल हो, अब पास होने का मर रहे हैं, तू रो रहा है रैंक नहीं आया, कभी तो हंस, at least one reason you be happy in life. There are people like that. A promotion. For what will make you happy? Right? There was another person. Right? I'll not tell his name. That's okay. They're all my friends. He would celebrate and not care for anything at all. Right? He actually failed in CA. He failed. He was a ranker in Inter. CA Inter, CA final. दो होते हैं वहाँ पे. Two tortures. One is CA Inter torture. Second CA final torture. So he got a rank in Inter. And everybody thought, ये तो पक्का पास होगा. मतलब there is no doubt about it. He is like the most intelligent person in entire PricewaterhouseCoopers. Like ये तो पक्का पास होगा. Managers are like ये पक्का पास होगा. Right? And we went to the CA Institute. That time I had written Inter. He was my senior. He wrote his final. यार पास हो गया तू, पास हो गया. He came out said, नहीं यार फेल हो गया. Come on यार, तू कैसे फेल हो गया? You cannot fail. Come on, तू तो पास हो गया, तू पक्का पास. चल पार्टी दे यार, तू पार्टी दे, तेरे को देना है पार्टी. नहीं यार मैं फेल हो गया. अरे कौन बोलता तू फेल हो गया? तो ऐसे मजाक करे. चल पार्टी दे. He gave party. He actually gave party. He took 20 of them, gave party. They all celebrated. Then next day morning in the office, तू सच्ची में फेल हो गया था? मैं तुझे बोलता हूँ. Right? There are also people like that. हुआ तो हुआ, नहीं हुआ तो नहीं हुआ, क्या फर्क पड़ता है कि नहीं? बिंदास. So he was like that. Another side is this. So here Arjuna is being told that you are like that fellow who is crying for no reason. You're crying for no reason. Does he have no reason? क्या arguments बोले उसने वहां पे? Come on. नहीं बोल पाते. Right? Maximum. But Arjuna gives such great reasons that compassion, lineage of family tradition, if everybody becomes widows, unwanted population, Varna Shankaras will take birth. Right? So many reasons. Krishna is like, what is he talking about? You're not talking like a person who is learned. Person who is learned. Like that is saying. Purport. Arjuna was addressed as son of Pritha, who happened to be sister of Krishna's father Vasudeva. Now, why is he saying Pritha here in this, Kaivalyamma Gama Pritha, Partha, or Pritha? The name is being used Pritha. Why is because Kunti is a devotee of Krishna. So indirectly Krishna is influencing Arjuna saying, hey Pritha, hey Pritha, we say your mother is already listening to me. Why don't you also listen to me? Indirectly is telling Pritha. So he is using a word Govinda or Rishikesha exactly when Krishna is using a word according to what will influence him, the words, right? Yeah. Therefore, Arjuna has a blood relation with Krishna. If the son of Kshatriya declines to fight, he is a Kshatriya in name only. And if the son of Brahmana acts impiously, he is a Brahmana in name only. Such Kshatriyas and Brahmanas are unworthy sons of their fathers. Therefore, Krishna did not want Arjuna to become an unworthy son of Kshatriya. Arjuna was the most intimate friend yet. But in spite of all these credits, if Arjuna abandoned the battle, he would become an infamous act. Therefore, Krishna said that such an attitude in Arjuna did not fit his personality. Arjuna might argue that he would give up the battle on the grounds of his magnanimous for the most respectable Bhishma and his relatives. But Krishna considered that such authority. Therefore, such magnanimity or so-called non-violence should be given up by persons like Arjuna under the direct guidance of Krishna. They think, itna dayalu banne ki zarurat nahi hai. Right? You don't have to be so magnanimous for everything. Do the right thing. Non-violence is nonsense. When it is supposed to be committed, if you're not doing violence when it is needed, that is even more violence. You understand? There is no principle of what is that? Ahimsa. Ahimsa doesn't mean I will not fight. Ahimsa means I will fight when it is needed. That is called ahimsa. Ahimsa means what? Saving, right? Ahimsa means to save. Ahimsa means to be compassionate. If somebody is being abused and you are standing there and saying ahimsa, ahimsa, that is himsa. That is real himsa, right? When your house is being burnt apart and you stand there and say, I will not do himsa. You are doing himsa, right? Your children are becoming spoiled brats, and you are standing there and saying child psychology, ahimsa. That is himsa. You are not teaching him what is needed to know, him or her. You understand the difference? We have been wrongly preached ahimsa, ahimsa, ahimsa. No. We should always remember when there is something called dharma, and dharma says we should protect ourselves. When somebody goes against our body, our religion, our faith, when it's needed, we should raise the arms. And that's the whole Bhagavad Gita about. When it is the right time, raise the arms. And that is being compassionate actually. Who is the most humble person in the whole Bhagavad Gita? In the entire Mahabharata? Arjuna. You can say, humble? Prabhuji is killing so many people. That is why he's so humble. He's killing it on the order of Krishna, not for his enjoyment. He's the most humble person. Right? When you do it as a duty, you are the most humble person. Not when you want to enjoy. I'm very good with my father-in-law because he is good with me. I'm very good with my mother-in-law because she is good with me. No, it doesn't work like that. You are good with them even if they are not good with you. That is called humility. It's called humility. True compassion, true love. Means when you are doing the right thing, even though somebody else is not doing the right thing. True humility. Arjuna Vacha Katam Bhishmam Aham Sankhe Dronam Cha Madhusudana Ishobhi Pratyugyami Pujarhav Hari Sudana Pujarhav Hari Sudana. Arjuna said, O killer of enemies, O killer of Madhu, how can I counteract with the arrows in battle men like Bhishma and Drona who are worthy of my worship? No, here Arjuna is indirectly challenging him. Right? Purport. Respectable superiors like Bhishma, the grandfather, and Dronacharya, the teacher, are always worshipable. Even if they attack, they should not be counteracted. It is a general etiquette that the superiors are not to be offered even a verbal fight. Even if they are sometimes harsh in behavior, they should not be harshly treated. Then how is it possible for Arjuna to counteract them? Would Krishna ever ask his own grandfather Ugrasena or his teacher Sandipani Muni? These were some of the arguments offered by Arjuna to Krishna. So the beauty is, even Sandipani Muni did not know that who is Krishna. Because Krishna keeps Maya like a guru, Sandipani Muni. Where was Sandipani Muni's ashram? Ujjain. Ujjain is the place where Krishna went to Guru. Right? So here, indirectly, Arjuna is saying, will you kill your grandfather? Did you kill Ugrasena if he does anything like that? Will you kill your Guru? Sandipani Muni? You are coming and asking me to kill my grandfather and my Guru? What kind of a discussion is that? No. Let's go to the Gurun ahatva hi mahanubhavan Shreyo bhoktum bhaikshyam apiha loke Hatvarta kamamstu gurun ihaiva Bhunjai Bhunjiva bhogan rudhira pradigdhan. Yeah. Please repeat after me. If it would be better to live in this world by begging than to live at the cost of the lives of great souls who are my teachers, even though desiring worldly gain, they are superiors. If they are killed, everything we enjoy will be tainted with blood. Yeah. Hare Krishna. He is saying, Arjuna is saying, I'd rather go and beg. I can't kill them. And what kind of enjoyment? I can see the blood of my guru everywhere in my life. I don't want to do this. According to scripture codes, a teacher who engages in an abominable action and has a lot of sense of discrimination is fit to be abandoned. Bhishma and Drona were obliged to take the sides of Duryodhana because of his financial assistance, although they should not have accepted such a position simply on financial considerations. Under the circumstance, they have lost the respectability of teachers. But Arjuna thinks that nevertheless they remain his superiors, and therefore to enjoy material profits after killing them would mean to enjoy spoils tainted with blood. It's 10 o'clock. Yeah. So we will stop at this verse, but I'll try to answer one question that Rao put a question on Bhishma. Is that right? Yeah. Because this verse is exactly talking about that. So here, as you can see, Arthashastra says that you can attack the aggressors. If somebody is attacking you, you should attack. But Dharma Shastra says you should not attack elders. Right? So there is a little contradiction between Shastras, but it's not contradiction. It's just about your level of consciousness. Are you following Dharma Shastra or Artha Shastra? Somebody is following Bhagavad Dharma, that is the highest. That whatever God says is right. That is the highest. So here, one question was asked in the group by Prabhuji. Raoji asked that how come Bhishma is being told as Mahajan? Right? Mahajan. There are only a certain number of great people called Mahajans. There are the Mahajans. Bhishma, Janaka, Prahalada, 4 Kumaras of Brahma, Lord Shiva, Yamaraj, Bali Maharaj. Right? No, they are very prominent people. And what makes anybody, what is the meaning of Mahajan? Mahajan means the one who can understand the plan of God. The one who can understand the plan of God is called Mahajan. Understand that very simple thing. The one who can understand the plan. Our plan only we don't understand. Plan of God. Why is God doing what he is doing? They will understand. They never misunderstand God. Why is God doing what? Suppose I lost my job. Okay, I know why. They'll not complain. They have full faith in God, and they also understand why Krishna is doing what he is doing. Now, Bhishma is being told as a Mahajan. Why? Because Bhishma knew that Krishna wanted to do something on the planet when he appeared. What he wanted to do? He wanted to prove that if somebody is standing on the side of Adharma, he will be defeated. If somebody is standing on the side of Dharma, no matter how weak you are, you will be always successful. Krishna wanted to prove this principle. So he wants somebody, for proving this, Krishna wants somebody who is the strongest among everybody on the Adharma side, but still will be defeated. You need that, right? When you want to prove a point, that no matter how strong you are, how great you are, if you're standing on the side of Adharma, you'll be defeated. So Bhishma service. Said, okay, I will be that person. There's an inner reason why Acharya explained why Bhishma had to behave the way he behaved. Bhishma knew what he's doing wrong. He knew. And that is the reason he told, I will never kill Pandavas. They're on the side of Dharma. He never told Duryodhana, Vijay Bhava. He never told. He told, I'll do war on your side. What you ask me to do anything, I'll do. But I cannot tell you that you are on the right side. In fact, on battlefield so many times, Bhishma told Duryodhana in between the war, Abhi to sun le. At least now, do the right thing. Don't let it continue. You're already doing the wrong thing. So Bhishma took up the service of proving the whole world that there is nobody more stronger than me. Actually, there was no one. Parshuramji, Swayam Supreme Lord, accepted defeat in the hands of Bhishma. It's not easy. Parshuramji defeated Kshatriyas how many times? 20 plus times. He defeated the entire world Kshatriyas. He killed all of them, saying, you people are polluted. I want to see the next generation. And even Dasharath Maharaj, Dasharath, the one who can attack in 10 directions. Dasharath, 10 directions. Even he, when Parshuramji came, he used to get scared. Immediately he used to start marrying somebody. Parshuramji told, I will not kill a Kshatriya when he is marrying. Right? That is the only condition I will leave him. Otherwise, I am going to kill him. That kind of Parshuramji accepted defeat in the hands of Bhishma. That great warrior was Bhishma. And he wanted to serve Krishna even though he is misunderstood. That is the greatest quality of a devotee. Even the whole world might misunderstand me for eternity, for what my decisions were. But I'm doing this for your pleasure, Krishna. And that is the reason when Bhishma was leaving his body, Krishna himself went to him. And he stood in front of him, made sure that just departure happened. And we call it Uttarayana, the day of Uttarayana, when the sun turns to the north, that exact auspicious moment. And that is when actually Krishna told Bhishma that Bhishma, you have done your service now. Now you tell the greatest knowledge to my, my dear cousin Yudhishthira, how to rule the earth. See, just think, if Bhishma would have been a wrong kind of person, why would Krishna tell him to tell Dharma, Siddhanta, on the deathbed to Yudhishthira, Dharmaraj? Yudhishthira Dharmaraj. And Dharmaraj is being told, now you learn from Bhishma. Yes, such great soul was Bhishma. But unfortunately, these things are not shown in the TV serials. They only show, to some extent, B.R. Chopra did a good job. As compared to the Star Plus one, I watched both of them very closely. But B.R. Chopra was a actor Mukesh Khanna and that Vidura, the person who played Vidura, the conversations between them is unbelievable. Very good script who has written, and they have referred to scripture nicely. They're not speculated much. Bhishma, he admits that yes, but he also, there is another thing. Krishna enjoys different rasas. He's called Rasraj, right? Vatsala rasa, Sakya rasa. As a friend, as a parent, he wants to enjoy. As a god, he wants to enjoy. There's so many ways he likes to enjoy, right? There is one more way also he wants to enjoy. Fighting. Krishna likes to fight and enjoy also. Kusti karta hai. So he wanted a perfect person on the battlefield with whom he can fight and enjoy. And that is why Bhishma also gave him the chivalry enjoyment, right? The enjoyment of fighting, right? Bhishma did that for him. Krishna said, okay, now I want to fight with you. Chalo. Krishna had to lift his arms, lift his weapons to kill Bhishma at one point. And Bhishma said, yes, I made you enjoy. Right? So it's enjoyment between two lovers. When Acharyas see Bhishma and Arjuna, they feel both are pagal prem mein hai dono. They are in love with each other. Just imagine Bhishma would shoot arrows on Krishna, unarmed Krishna, right? And Krishna would bleed everywhere. Literally his clothes, everything is bad about it. Because he knows Krishna is enjoying that. Krishna is enjoying that. That is a different level of relationship. Right? They say that, Vishwanath Thakur, greatest of the acharyas, when they speak something, it's very difficult to understand how they spoke something like. They said, when somebody kisses, somebody likes it, but somebody gets blood when you kiss, that's even more liked. I don't know. It's told by Vishwanath Thakur. Somebody kissing and blood comes and like, oh my God, that is the greatest kiss. Same way, The conversation between the actions between Bhishma and Bhishma and Krishna were being compared with Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur like that. That they are so much in love with each other, they are bleeding. Look, Krishna is bleeding for Bhishma because he's enjoying. Krishna is enjoying that strong love and bond between Bhishma and him. That yes, the greatest warrior I have created in this generation is shooting arrows at me. And Bhishma, you do that because you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing. I'm going to establish dharma here. You will be brought down. You'll be brought down. And that will be your greatest for his love for Krishna. That's why he's a Mahajan. Did I answer to you? Any other questions? But the same treatment is not given to Drona. Drona is not given the same treatment. Bhishma gave many reasons why he is following Duryodhana. For salt that he got in his house, for the kingdom taking care of him, for the pratigya he had taken. All these are external reasons. But the real reason is he was so much in love with Krishna that Krishna wanted to prove this point and he became an instrument to prove that point. Just an instrument. But in case of Drona, it was not like that. Drona was heavily insulted even on the battlefield. On the battlefield, he was like heavily, hey Brahman, what are you doing on battlefield? Go, get lost. Like that people used to tell. They used to abuse him as that you're a Brahman because he was not following his Brahmanical dharma. And he was too attached to his son Ashwadhama. Right? He was too attached to his Ashwadhama was sitting right there when Draupadi was being the head of Kauravas. He just kept quiet. He could have killed Duryodhana then and there. Drona was a great warrior. He would just take one arrow, shoot at Duryodhana. He's my disciple, my Shishya. He could have killed. He didn't do that because his son is sitting on that side. And he had to pay that price. When he did that mistake in that Dutya Sabha, he had to pay the price that I will have to sacrifice my body, in the war against the Pandavas. And that also he did with a lot of difficulty after doing a lot of damage to Pandavas. He was too attached to his son. When Drupada gave the kingdom, when he got half of the kingdom from Drupada, the scores are settled. It's over. Drupada told he will give half. He did not give half. Pandavas got Drupada, captured him as Guru Dakshina. He got the half kingdom from Drupada Desh. It's over. The buck stops there. Why does his son need to become a king? Why does he need to remain a king's son, a king's father? And then the whole attachment that goes along with it. Right? So he's not a worshipable Brahmana. Shastra has never praised Drona beyond a point. Though he was Bharadwaja Shishya, Bharadwaj Santan, not Shishya, son of Bharadwaj, great Bharadwaj, but he was not that. So that is the reason Prabhupada is writing in the purport that they're not worshipable. Why are you lamenting for killing such people? Why are you saying Guru? Guru is a Guru until he maintains the values that a Guru has to maintain. Remember one thing. We'll end with this. How do you know when to leave a Guru? Or whom to accept as Guru? When to reject a Guru? Simple. The day Guru says he is God, get up and go. The day Guru says he is God. Ho gaya. Thank you very much. The day Guru speaks whatever is not there in Shastra. The day Guru cannot show the proof of what he is speaking in Shastra. The day Guru insults his Guru. Right? And the day Guru doesn't recognize his Guru also. That is the last day. Thank you very much. Okay? These are the ways to understand whom to take knowledge from. And the day Guru stops following the process of she immediately rejects such Gurus. They are not worthy to be praised. Tons of followers. But he will take you to hell only. He will not take you to Krishna. It's like Jarasandha. There was Jarasandha Gurus. What did Jarasandha do? Every time he had to fight against Krishna, he would gather like big 17, 20 Akshohinis of Sena. Krishna. All the atheists he would bring it to one place. Krishna would wipe all of them and say, no, go. He was bringing all the useless people on the planet at one place. Krishna was wiping them with Sudarshan. Okay, next go. He would leave Jarasandha. So this fellow is good in collecting all these people. And Jarasandha was a fool. He was going and doing it so 18 times he did it. पागल 18 बार करता है क्या? सोचो, and 18th time when he was again attacked, at that time Krishna got a love letter from Rukmini. And he said, okay, I don't want to do war. I'm more important thing I have to go and see that letter that I got. And he just left. And Jarasandha, what did he think? I won. Finally, I defeated Krishna. So he put fire on the hill that he walked. And he thought Krishna is dead. Who can kill Krishna? Krishna just jumped from there to Dwarka, along with his brother, Balaram. There is a painting, both of them jumping. They just vanished. The whole hill is burnt. And Jarasandha is saying, I've conquered Krishna. Right? I've killed Krishna. And Krishna is in Dwarka, reading love letter from a Brahmana. Bolo, bolo, kya likha mere liye? Will you come and take me? And Krishna went. Right after that, he went to Vidarbha to take Rukmini. Right? And who comes to the Rukmini place again? Jarasandha. He came with his friend Shishupala. Shishupal, tere liye acha ladki dekha, chal. And Shishupal is all dressed, went to that parlor. He got his hair done, eyebrows, everything. These days, men also do a lot of things. So he did everything done, all ready to get married. And Rukmini is there. I'll get married to you. In front of him, he's kidnapping Rukmini. Krishna is taking Rukmini. And by the way, kidnap of the different kind, where the person being kidnapped is driving the horse to further insult. Just imagine, he was already selected as a groom. Right? He was already selected. I'm going to marry Rukmini. He's already, his brother Rukmi told that my sister is yours. His father also told, her father also told, my daughter is yours. He's all set, na? I thought I killed you. I thought I killed you on the where did you come from? Balram came from behind. But still he didn't kill Jarasandha. Again he left him. Because Pandavas have to take that credit. Krishna is the most renounced, the most attractive, the person who has all the answers for everything. Right? Now the next thing that we're going to discuss, the greatest verse of entire Bhagavad Gita. The consciousness that we need to learn Bhagavad Gita is 7, 8, and 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. 4 verses are the most important, right? Today. We'll finish till 5. That's okay. We'll finish the 6th one and then Karpanya Dosh. And then final surrender to Krishna, and then start speaking the instructions of Bhagavad Gita. Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, all the way it takes you to 18th chapter from then on. Any questions at this point? Huh? Pritha. It's called Partha because the son of Pritha. That is different. Prithu Maharaj is different. Yeah. So, plans for Sankranti? How many of you are going out of station Sankranti? Oh my God. Next week, I don't think we can have class then. So many will be out, right? So we'll have the class next week. So next week, Chutti nahi, 2 assignment dunga. Finish the 2 more courses that I'll give. Okay, please finish it off so that by the time we come, you'll finish Who is God also. So then, the impact will be more when you finish Who is God and you listen to Krishna's answers. Okay? Any other questions? So, yes. How much? Yeah, some acharyas say 50 minutes. I don't know which one is true. Yeah, but most authentic answer that I heard is 90 minutes. 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours spoke. 1.5 hours spoke the greatest knowledge, and 1.5 hours Arjuna understood the greatest knowledge. And after Arjuna, all the great acharyas, the whole humanity is scratching their head. thinking how to understand this 90 minutes. Shankaracharya is saying, oh my God, what did he speak? Lord Shiva answered, what did he speak? The greatest knowledge, he just spoke like that. Just coming out of his mouth, 90 minutes. Yeah. At that time, only two people heard. Krishna and Arjuna. No. Even Hanumanji was there, Kapit Dvaja, but he got the first official recording, Sanjay. And then he revealed to the whole world what was spoken. Hey Krishna. So, wishing you all in advance a happy new year as per Vedic Sanatana Dharma. It's coming up Sankranti. Right? And have a wonderful festival. And encourage your friends and relatives to learn Bhagavad Gita this year, 2023. Okay? That's the best thing we can do. Namaste Naras. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha Shilakanta Singhamadim Sharanam Papale. Abakaran Kamalakane Adhuta Sindhama Hiranyakashipu भक्त विघ्नाश नरसिंहदेव भगवान की भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की श्रील गुरुदेव की निताई गौर हरि प्रेमानंद। हरि 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 बोल। हरे कृष्णा। Thank you very much. Have a wonderful weekend ahead. And a and we will meet the next week. I've started hearing Krishe, my humble request. Hare Krishna. Accept Prashad.